Welcome everybody to another Voice of Nick show. We're doing more of our Posthomerica artwork here. And we're working on the AIAS picture. We have most of it in. I want to get the eyes and the borders. But other than that, we've done most of it. Good. First order of business, I think we're going to restructure the way this works. We're going to dump these layers out. And we're going to combine them not based on which eye they are, but rather we're going to combine the layers themselves. What's this? Okay. Yeah, so now it goes across the picture with these. So now, I don't really know the best way to do this because there's so many parts to it, but let's just... Oh wait, actually this one we don't want even to have a thing. So this, we're gonna start with the matte. Let's look at some of our pictures here. The texture of these eye things is typically something else because it's like a wash that's on top of the clay. It's not fired into it like the other stuff. So I'm not 100% sure what we're gonna land on, but we'll keep experimenting here. Let's try hitting this with some little spots of decay near the edges. That looks pretty good. Because the spots where the wash is broken up is where it's most likely to crack. Yeah, that looks great. Okay. Let's do something similar for the other side now. Yeah, it's exactly what I wanted. Good. Okay. Just some readability improvements there. And now there's a few things I want to do. If we we can't really do much with this mat. We'll see what happens, but I don't think it's really going to make much of a difference. Oh, it will on the eyebrows, though. Okay, well, that's fine. No, it'll work, because it's going over the white. I wasn't thinking it through. Okay. Now for this layer, I want this to have the same texture as the AIAS and the sheep. So let's first, we're going to do the same thing. By the way, the reason we're doing this one back on the phone is because the document got too big and it can't stream from the iPad anymore. Unfortunately, I guess that's going to be the way it works for all of these. It's like we go on the iPad until it doesn't let us, and then we finish it on the phone. Because yeah, it's I guess it's just too powerful. I have a regular iPad. I guess if I had an iPad Pro, maybe it would be different, but as it is now, it doesn't work, so we're not tempting the fates. Okay, we're going to take this, I'm going to put it on 35. Take this. There we go. Getting some of the gold in there. I would like to fix the mat a little bit. How would we do that? I think we'd have to do that in the mat of this. Yeah. It's just a little bit faint. We can't really see what's going on. So we'll just fix that up. Fix that. Good. Let's go back to this. Okay. And we're going to take this. Good. Yeah, I never really liked the way that the eyes, this circle inside the eyes was sort of gray. It didn't look good. Okie dokie. Now, all we gotta do is the borders. Okay, so I guess I already did something with the borders. We're gonna have to redo that. Because I think it's gonna reappear. Oh, oops. Yeah. Okay, good. And that's about it for that. What do we got here? That's the names. This is, okay, we need to do this too. We want the edge to be pretty much opaque. Okay. Now we go into here. We have all our 3 border layers on one. We already took the time to make that. Now, and you can see that there's actually a little spot where the borders go. I created a little bit of a background for the borders. It's just a slightly darker, you can see here that's a slightly darker spot. Just to bring out some of the elements of the borders. Kind of differentiate it from the rest of the picture. Whoa. I deselected my matte layer. Yeah, it's all looking pretty good. I'm wondering though if I should, instead of, we had this as a, like okay, let's turn it back to what it was. We're gonna duplicate this. It's just an experiment because I don't know if I'm gonna use this, but we're gonna try, instead of using a 40% opaque version, we're gonna just do the same matte thing to this, to the border's underlayer, but at 100%. We'll see if we like that any better. I'll give it a little bit more kind of variance. So, do we like this or this? Yeah, I think I like the second one. It's a slight difference, but essentially it's a more authentic way of revealing the background rather than just doing a solid color. Yeah, you can see there it's like harder to see the border if we don't have this layer, so I just felt like it was necessary to have something. And now I think we're done. Let's turn off the palette. What else did we want on here? I think that's it. It's a pretty strong composition from far away. Just because the eyes are so huge, it's very readable. There's one thing I wanted to do. I had actually done it already and then I deleted it by accident, so let's go back in. Where the heck is this? Oh, I put a matte on the entire tree layer? Okay. That's probably needlessly expensive for the software, but we're at the end, so it should be fine. I just want to get rid of these two little dots that intersect with his head. Little things like that can, not that they really made it that much of a difference, but they kind of mess up the silhouette. And it's within our power to change them, so it's always worth looking at. Let's just give this a quick save, and we're going to do a final look. Let's look at our chapter 3 picture too, because we kind of want them to feel like in the same universe. Off stream, you might notice too that I changed the anatomy of AIAS in chapter 5's picture as well. Oops. Yeah, I love that this is like a really strong golden background, and I love that we changed it for chapter 5, not only because it works better for the theme of the chapter, but it also just does a good job of making chapter 3 look even better because it makes it unique. You know, we're not reusing the color scheme from that one or the look from that one. Oh yeah, I love this. So, okay. Yeah, we changed his anatomy though. If you were on the previous chapter, his legs were kind of like scrunched up to here. It was a little weird. Even the way the camera is shooting, it's a little bit skewed. So it even still looks like his legs are larger, but you'll see it on the direct feed once we, export it. Okay. I love the way the eyes turned out. Yeah, all the little pieces of chipping and stuff look really great. Let's take a look at the names work. I think I'll make the name a little bit more opaque, I think. Yeah, I think that's better. And we know the spelling matches at least one piece of Greek pottery for each of the instances. We're taking this AIAS spelling and Odysseus spelling from ancient pieces that have those spellings on them. So if it is a typo, it is the responsibility of whoever made the original piece that we're taking those names from. The background texture looks good. The sheep looking pretty good. Odysseus, maybe we'll add a little bit of volume to. I love the look of this tree, which has like a different texture to it. It's like a wash texture. And then the chipping just adds that little bit of extra on it. AIAS is pretty heavily chipped up, but I think it looks good. We could like take a little bit of that away, I guess. You can see that his hand's totally opaque there because we didn't want the tree to show through. But it works. Left eye looks good too. Maybe the eyebrows. Maybe we should something about the edges. Maybe we'll try and make the inner part a little darker than the edges. I don't know if that makes that much of a difference. Good. Done. That's another chapter down, ladies and gents. Let's put it on the master list here. Artwork progress. That was chapter 5. Final art is done. Post-processing is done. Now, it'll be time to decide on the next piece, I guess. Let's take a look at what we got. Let's go into I have it better organized in here. So only one instance of each piece shows up on this screen. Neoptolemus's chapter. This is thematically similar to what we've been doing because Neoptolemus is meant to look a lot like Achilles, but this one's going to need a lot of redesigns. Actually, no, I think this was later in the game that we did this. We might not need to do anything. Yeah, the line art's pretty solid, although the border is lacking because this was at the point when we still thought they should be all equal borders and it doesn't look good. This will be an interesting opportunity too to have the bottom border be black and the top border be red. I don't know. We'll see if that works or not. It could be cool though, if it like alternates wherever the black would be. Yeah, but the line art's pretty tight. I think we did a finalized thing for that. Okay, so maybe book 7 will be the next one that we do. Great, ladies and gents. That's going to do it for this one. Thank you for joining the show. The channel is called The Voice of Nick. If you want to see more, don't forget to hit the follow button.